Hello dancers! Today I want to talk about the rules of social etiquette on the dance floor. Unfortunately, there is not a rule book available which we could read and just get acquainted with all the rules. So beginners often ask, what are they? How should we behave on the dance floor? So there are actually quite a few rules, but they are not written anywhere. I've been dancing social dances, salsa, bachata, zouk for a couple of years now, so let me share my take on it and let me know in the comments what you think, whether you agree with these 10 rules of social etiquette on the dance floor.
Okay, let's go.
Let's start. The first one is about asking to dance. People at the very beginning, many leads, are quite confused how they should behave. There are these questions which I see on dance forums, how to ask someone to dance. And actually it's very simple. You just come up to the person, make eye contact, and you can just put the hand like this and say, shall we dance? Would you like to dance? It's simple. The follower will know. Connected with this topic of asking to dance is the issue of declining dances. Personally, I think we shouldn't do it, at least not very often, and we should only decline dances like in some very, very special circumstances, like for instance, we feel really, really tired, or there is something wrong with the person. You've seen that this person was kind of misbehaving on the dance floor, was creepy, was not behaving appropriately, then we can decline the dance. Or if we see the person is drunk, when we remember that we had some really unpleasant experience with this dancer, then I think it's okay to decline. But overall, I believe we shouldn't really do it. At least not often. After all, the songs usually last up to 3 minutes. So I think for everybody's benefit, we shouldn't be really declining dances too often. And then at the end of the dance, it is nice to say thank you, to maybe say something nice. I often give this person some nice feedback, like you dance really well. And I think this is the correct way to ask for a dance and to finish it. Let me know whether you agree with it or not. And in the case when somebody declines the dance, says no, please don't take it personally. I know it hurts, it's not very pleasant. It happened to me as well. But maybe this person has some injury, maybe a really bad day. Don't take it personally, just say no worries and move on. There are usually so many other followers or leads that will be really happy to dance with you. So don't take it personally, just move on. The next point is about hygiene, and I speak about it quite often, but unfortunately it's still an issue quite frequently. So in social dancing, we are close to each other, so we need to take care of our bodies before we go dancing. So showering before a social is a must. Using deodorant is a must. If we sweat a lot, and most of us do, it's really advisable to bring some change of clothes, some spare towels, spare t-shirts, and change them. So it's nice to use some perfume, so some cologne, but it's important not to go overboard with it and use too much of it, because it might bother some people, it might be too strong. So everything in moderation, but let's remember to keep ourselves clean and fresh before the social. Rule number 3 is don't be a creep. Just respect other people's personal boundaries. It is very, very important not to make another person feel uncomfortable. Of course, there is connection, and both salsa and especially bachata are very close dances at times, but there are certain rules, and I'm sure your instructors talk about these rules during classes, where hands can be put and where they can't. And I think it's quite obvious, but dancing shouldn't be used as an excuse to touch a person in an appropriate way. So even if you feel really attracted to your dance partner, please remember, don't be a creep, don't use the dance, because you will get blacklisted very soon. So this is an important one. Just be respectful, and know the boundaries. The next one, adapt to your partner's dance level. So even if you're a very advanced partner, it doesn't mean that you will be able to perform your super advanced combinations with every partner. This should go without saying. So if in doubt, simplify. Do not start with all these advanced combinations and don't perform all the tricks from your bag from the get-go. Just simplify, start slowly, just feel your partner. This is extremely important. So good leads adjust and they are able to have an enjoyable dance with most follows, disregarding their dance level. And it also includes those fancy dips and multiple spins. They look great, especially on Instagram Reels, but they shouldn't be done without the preparation and without really making sure that your partner is advanced enough to handle them. And also that there is enough space to perform those flashy moves. Before you do it, just make sure your partner is ready and willing to try something more advanced. And rule number 7 is connected with the previous one, namely to look at your partner. Just try to communicate non-verbally or even verbally if there is a need, but just look at your partner and see how your partner reacts to your leading. Maybe there's something you could adjust, maybe the level of tension, maybe try something different, maybe simply simplify. But remember, not to be dancing with yourself in your own bubble, but really with the other person. Rule number 8 is about controlling the space around you. It is very important. Again, actually, all of them seem to be important. Dance floors are usually very crowded places. And what we need is space management. And I know leads have a lot on their plates. They need to lead, they need to serve the combinations and so on. But space management is an extremely important thing to remember about, and we need to think about the safety of people. So before any moves are performed, the lead needs to make sure that there is space to do it, because otherwise, I remember a situation when on some bachata congress, two ladies were doing some fancy figure with the head roll, and they just bumped their heads at each other and they got really injured. So this one is serious. And also, for instance, in salsa, there's usually some direction in which couples are dancing, so it's good to respect it. And also, we shouldn't be crossing the dance floor just in the middle, disturbing other couples. So we should be mindful of the space around us simply. Next rule, don't teach anyone on the dance floor. I've already talked about it in one of my videos, but I do not really like dance floor instructors. And giving some feedback is good, but really in moderation. You could ask your partner, for example, to adjust the tension but once, and but not more. And just preaching about the dance technique. The social is not the time and place for such behavior. So nothing kills the vibe faster than stopping mid-song and, for example, explaining the technique of a spin or crossbody lead, or correcting someone's timing in the middle of bachata. So if you're asked for feedback, of course, I think it's okay to give it, but if not, this is not the time and place. This is at least my opinion. Please share what you think. Is it okay to give feedback, to teach people during the social? Let me know in the comments, please. Next rule is not to monopolize one partner during the social. So of course, magical connection may happen during a social, and it sometimes does. But as a general rule, I think we should dance with a variety of partners. There are usually so many follows and leads waiting, so I think it's not okay to dance for 8 songs in a row with one person if this person is not your significant other. Of course, there are exceptions, and it is really up to you who you are dancing with. But as a general rule, I think we come to socials to dance with a variety of partners. Let me know what you think. Again, I'm curious about your ideas. The next one is about styling, because it's really important to keep the styling in check, just to keep the styling in moderation. And of course, we go to lady styling classes, and sometimes we want to show off on the dance floor a little bit. It is fine, but we need to be considerate of other people. Many times I got hit on my head when somebody was styling too much, and the same goes for some extravagant shines in salsa. So once it may be you might hurt someone, but also exaggerated styling, too much of it simply disturbs the leading. Leaders talk about it, that styling queens are really difficult to control and to lead. Let me know if you think it is an issue sometimes, but of course in moderation, styling is beautiful and it should be done, but always carefully and minding other people and not disturbing the process of leading. The next rule is about clothes, that of course we want to look great on the dance floor and it's fantastic to dress up, but we should be also considerate and thoughtful how our clothes are going to affect other people. If there are not some loose bits, sharp rings, sharp earrings, belts which are loose, which might hurt other people. So yes, we should be considerate also in terms of our clothing, how it affects other people. And I know, yes, maybe my earrings, I love big earrings, maybe they are sometimes not really comfortable for leaders. I don't know. Maybe I should think myself about adjusting my clothes. And finally, a bonus tip, and I think actually the most important one, even though I keep stressing that all of them are important, but I believe this one really is most important. Be kind, be positive, be present. So we want our dance community to be a really, really positive place, positive, safe space. So we should start with ourselves, be open to other people, welcome beginners, don't gossip, don't criticize other people, other dancers, and just start with this change in ourselves. So technique is important, but it's more important to be present, to smile, to be open to the other person, to appreciate that this person is dancing with you. So I think the best dancers are not always the flashes, but the best ones are with this great positive energy that radiates from them throughout the dance. At least this is my opinion, that this is actually by far the most important rule. So again, let me know in the comments if you agree that these are the rules that we should follow. Maybe there are also some that I forgot. It is actually very likely. Is there anything else that we should remember about? Anyway, if you benefited from this video, share it, like it, and subscribe to my channel for more dance content. Thank you so much, and see you on the dance floor. Bye!